Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Red Devils Disciples with your boy Rob here. What can I say? Coventry City versus Manchester United FA Cup semi-finals. The only chance we have to win a competition this year. You know, gonna see those Man United players leaving their heart on that fucking field, dying for every fucking ball, doing everything they can to win the game for us, right? Seventh place, Manchester United in the Premier League. Seventh placed, Man United in the Premier League versus eighth place, Coventry City in the Championship. Last chance of silverware. Man City are already through in the finals, waiting to see who they're going to play against. I mean, the dream would have been Chelsea. Chelsea would have been an easier opposition, not easy. Don't get me wrong. They beat us a couple of weeks ago. But chance for us to get revenge from last year. Right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what happened. First half, only one team dominated. Only one team there trying to win the game. Only one team trying to fight it out to see, to try and make it to the finals. And one team basically hanging on, hoping that they can snatch something. Great start, very professional for Manchester United at the start of the game. 1-0 at the 23rd minute. Dalot down the right wing. Good cross. Matsonomy arrives just at the right time. Slots it into the back of the net. At the half, corner from Bruno. Maguire heads it. It's basically unmarked in the box, but it was good movement. He had loads of players around him, but he was the one that rose. Headed that into the back of the net. Dalot got a lot of freedom down that right side that first half. And even Aaron Wan-Bissaka got some freedom during that first half. Start the second half, Coventry start pushing forward. No problems still, because we still look like the dominant team. We still got pace on the counter-attack. We still look threatening. Bruno wins it back in the box after a run from Rashford down the left wing, where he lost the ball. Takes a shot, takes a deflection, 59th minute, 3-0. Good job, Man United. Let's take control of the ball. Let's cruise to the end of the game. Now these fucking idiots start running up and down and start playing end-to-end football with them. What's wrong with you? Control the game, keep the ball. Play the ball around. Chiquillo, que está encabronado. The second I saw Garnacho being subbed off, I was like, shit. If Coventry realise, and if everyone's clocked on by this point, take Garnacho off, there's no real pace on the counter-attack for us, because Rashford doesn't really lead much counter-attacks these days. The second I saw Garnacho come off, I knew that something was going to happen. Did I think they'd score 3 goals? I was like, no, but they'll get 1 or 2, they'll make it dangerous for us, kind of thing. 3-1, Sims. Man, we know Sims is 15 goals in 14 games. Yes, Coventry in 8th, but this guy is a danger, man. Should have him scouted. Shouldn't let him get in and around the ball in the box. 79th minute. O'Hare. It's O'Hare. Takes a shot, deflection. Onana was on the floor before the shot even was taken. And he just does this. Watches the ball go over. How many times this year we're going to watch Onana just watch the ball bounce into the back of the net? What, you can't try and react? You can't take a dive to try and get the ball? You're just going to... Oh, well, I did my bit. Man, 84th minute, he then, as I was writing the comment saying that, I can't stand this anymore from our goalkeeper, made a fantastic save. But then... Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I'm gonna start calling him Aaron Liability Wan-Bissaka, Aaron the Liability Wan-Bissaka. I don't know, man. Gives another penalty away. The dying minutes of the game. Hadright steps up, 3-3. Literally, 93rd minute of the game. Extra time. 94th minute, it looks like we come out when we're trying to fight. There were 2 players that I saw today that really wanted to try and win. Three players. Harry Maguire. I saw spurts of him where he looked okay. Did he have a great game? No. You can't be a centre-back, concede 3 goals and have a great game. But he looked like he wanted to fight. Diego Dalot, at times. First half, definitely. And Bruno Fernandes. 94th minute, Bruno Fernandes, great strike. Hits the bar. Should have been a goal. And I made a comment here. Seems like Bruno and Maguire are the ones that really want to try and win this game. And not even 2 minutes later, Maguire kind of got the ball from centre-back. Dribbled up the pitch. Almost scored a goal. Almost made what you'd call in basketball a coast-to-coast move. Dribbled. It just seemed like everyone just moved out of his way kind of thing. And he just kept dribbling. But what you start noticing here is our wing-backs are never in position, leaving us open for the counter-attack. This all-out gung-ho attack mentality, which doesn't work if you don't track back and cover yourselves and expect other people to cover for you. Case in point, Aaron Wan-Bissaka down the left back, who was out of position the whole extra time. Sims hit the bar, where Onana got his fingertips. Debatable whether he got his fingertips to it. He celebrated like he got his fingertips to it, I'm not going to lie. Could have easily been a goal there. And we were pushing forward, but we looked vulnerable on the counter. It became an end-to-end sort of game. What we do with all our games at the moment. End-to-end. Like a basketball match. Jesus Christ. And as we're pushing for the winner, Coventry City, 120th minute. Top with a goal. And all I wrote was Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka almost played him onside. And we were lucky that Hadji was just offside. But it was fucking unbelievable. On the 120th minute, after what we did to Liverpool, we allowed another team to almost do it to us. Goes to penalties. Casemiro steps up, 4-time Champions League winger, won countless trophies. This is a guy who, it's a penalty. He's going to put it into the back of the net, right? Passed it straight down the fucking middle. Some Bernardo type shit. Like, what are you doing? First penalty, smash that thing into the fucking back of the net. Anyways. We then get Wright steps up, sends Onana the wrong way. Dalot steps up. We know Dalot can take penalties. Puts him to the back of the net, thank God for that. Torp steps up, sends Onana the wrong way. Eriksson, good goal. O'Hare steps up. And this is where Onana starts playing mind games now. Starts talking crap to him. Saved the penalty. Shafaf, then Bruno steps up, scores a goal. Bruno starts arguing with the keeper and starts talking smack to the keeper. Shafaf, the captain for Coventry, steps up. And Onana, you could see now, is full-blown sort of talking smack on some Emi Martinez type thing. Gamesmanship kind of thing. I want to win at all costs type thing. And you know what? It worked. Straight over. He picked up a yellow card on at this point. He picked up a yellow card in the game. Similar situation to Emi. The difference is Emi Martinez will miss the next game in that competition, whereas Onana, because the rules are different, won't miss the FA Cup final. So it goes over the bar. Manchester United win. We get lucky We get away with it. I think it's one of those situations where, boy, we were bloody fucking lucky to have got anything out of this game and not have left the game with being eliminated by a championship team. I just want to read out a few stats real quick. Should have probably prepped them before the game started. Possession, again, we had most of the possession, 58% throughout the game. We let a championship team have 18 shots at us, 5 on target. Yes, we got 28 shots. I don't care about that. We conceded 18 shots. They won 6 corners. They had beat us on the aerial duels. This is a championship team. And no disrespect to Coventry City, but how can we expect to keep up with the Manchester City in the finals, make up ground on the teams above us like Liverpool, Arsenal and all of them lot? We can't even stop a championship team from taking shots at us. Let's grade the players and we'll talk a little bit at the end about it. Right, so this is the starting lineup. As you can see, we had Casemiro starting at centre-back because all of our defenders are injured pretty much. But barring that, pretty strong Man United team. Should really have no issues dispatching with a Coventry. Start off with Onana. I gave him a 5.5. Didn't really do much in the first half. I feel he should have done better with that second goal to try and stop the ball from going into the back of the net. It's one of those things with Onana right now that I just don't have any confidence in him. He's got a mistake in every game, or he lets a goal in that he should have done better with, and it just, I think now it's become ingrained in me that that's how Onana is, and because of that, I don't have any trust in him. And if I don't have trust in him as a fan, defenders and midfielders at Manchester United can't have trust in him either. He made a couple good saves. There's a lot of gamesmanship throughout the game. You know, during the actual 90 minutes, got himself a booking, wasting time, and then he just kept wasting time after he got the booking, as if to say, "You're not going to send me out," kind of thing. You know, penalties. He was our hero. He saved the pen. You know, which allowed us to get back in it, and then obviously the mind games for the second miss by Shafaf. But it just feels a little bit, I don't trust him. And I don't think he's the long-term solution for us. I hope he proves me wrong. I do. Great with his feet. Can cross a ball, put a ball into the air. But I just don't trust his actual goalkeeping attributes. Right back. Diego Dallo, I gave him a 6.5. Had a good assist in the 23rd minute. Had a good tackle, which was almost a goal-saving tackle with Sims in the 39th minute also. Like I said, very good first half. Then second half disappeared a little bit. Sort of tried to come back into the game in extra time, and then, you know, started his penalty away well. I thought he did okay today. Great, no. Okay, yes. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 4.5. Did okay in the first half. Completely abandoned his position, second half. From about the 60th minute, 65th minute, bit harsh, about the 70th minute, started abandoning his position. His wing was getting beaten all the time. We were winning at this point. Why are you bombarding forward? Sit back and control the fucking game. You don't need to run forward. The reason they scored 3 goals in the last 20 minutes is because we were still pushing forward trying to score goals. Instead of just saying, okay, we're going to control the game. That's when they came to life. Sometimes you've got to be able to ride other teams' momentum. You know? But yeah. Then in extra time was always out of position, pushing forward, trying to get a goal. You're a left back, bro. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but curb your fucking enthusiasm. You're a left back. Maguire, thought he had a decent first half. Good goal. Some good tackles. You know, he looked like he really wanted to. He looked like someone that's playing for his contract. That's what he looks like. He looks like he doesn't want to leave Manchester United, and he's playing for his contract. He wants to prove people wrong. He wants to be here in the long term. That's what it felt like to me. That's what it felt like to me the last few games. He's been our best defender consistently the last few games. Alongside him, we had Casemiro. Really good first half. Solid. Great interceptions. The right place all the time. Won everything at centre back. It almost suits him. From about the 60th, 65th minute onwards, his legs were gone. Got caught out. Couldn't keep up. People running past him. It just felt like he hasn't got the pace to last out there. He just doesn't have the pace to go up against the faster players. And that's going to make it very difficult for him moving forward. I think that honestly this might be a player that either is reduced to a bit-time player next season, or that we do get rid of at the end of the season. I think I want to give him the respect he deserves. You know, if he wants to stay and be a part player, let him stay and be a part player. But he should not be starting games for Manchester United next year. He missed the pen. It was just silly. He should have just blasted into the back of the net. You know, hit it straight down the middle. Like I said, good first half though. 5.5. Quite a game for Mainu for his standards, you know. Got subbed off as the 3-1 happened, and we kind of went downhill from there. I'm not sure why they subbed him off. I would have left him on. He's got the legs. I'd have taken off some of the other players that are a little bit older and just sort of kept him on, to be honest with you. But a quiet game today for him. Good goal, 23rd minute, arrived in the box at the right time. You know, almost like a poacher's goal. Always seems to do that, arrive at the box at the right time. Didn't really do much else. Just disappeared, coasted. And that's a problem with our midfield. They just seem to coast. So it was a little bit disappointing. So I gave him a 5.5. Bruno in front of them, I thought had a decent game. Probably our man of the match. Had the assist from the corner for Maguire on the 45th. Scored a goal in the 59th. Hit the bar in the 93rd. So that was in extra time, not in added time. Scored his penalty. Calm, cool, collective. I thought we saw a resemblance of leadership from him. So I wouldn't say he was a leader per se. I thought that at spurts he showed why he is the captain. I just imagine a Roy Keane out there today. If you know this shit started happening with him, we're 3-0 up, good job. We're 3-1. I can imagine him flipping his rag already. 3-2. He's cussing players left, right, and centre. He's making sure people are getting into their positions and all that. And we almost need that from Bruno sometimes. Just the calm, but stern to everyone. You know, get into your fucking position, hold the line, kind of thing. We don't get beaten, and we just don't have that mentality at the moment. He's more of I'll lead by trying to score another goal, and that doesn't always work. That leaves us vulnerable when we should be, in theory, just solidifying and just getting through to the next round. Alejandro Garnacho next at the right wing. I thought he had a decent game. It was okay, nothing special. Wasn't his usual sort of explosive for Salford all the time, but in the first half he got a few chances. I do have a concern though to why he is the one being subbed off out of the two wingers. I would say Rashford should be the one being subbed off at the moment, and it's just not happening. It's Garnacho coming off, and the second he got subbed off, we just went downhill. We lost the pace. I'd almost want to see Rashford subbed off for Diallo, not for Anthony. And kept this guy at the left wing. I think that would have been suited us better in extra time than Rashford. I thought Rashford was poor again today. And he's always dangerous at the end of games, Garnacho. It's his trend. Other players get tired. He's still young, fit, explosive. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with why he gets subbed off non-stop, but that's what's happening at the moment. And I'm a little bit worried that he's going to get frustrated. And this is going to be one of those situations where he'll use this for a few years and then legs it to Madrid. Ronaldo's his hero, and he's always said he wants to mimic his career, so I can see him going to Madrid in a few years, which would be a shame. Why we didn't give this kid the number 7 shirt at the start of the year, I don't know. I don't know. Rashford on the other wing. Started better. Did start better. But, oh my God. I don't know if he wants to play for us anymore. I'll be honest with you. If a decent offer comes in for Rashford, I'd let him go. I would. He started like he wanted to prove a point, and then sort of dwindled and sort of hid and sort of. And I don't know whether it's a lack of effort or if that's just. If things aren't going well, that's a ceiling. If it is an effort thing, he needs to move to get that spark back for himself, but also for us, you know. So if a PSG came in and offered 75 million, I'd let Rashford go. I would. 5.5 went off on them in extra time. Was it extra time? No, 97th minute. Went off injured, which is worrying, but it's one of those things where I don't know what he needs to do to get that spark back, because he's a fan favourite. He is. Like, we love him. He's one of us. He's come through our academy. I don't know if it's complacency. I don't know. I don't know if there's something more going on that we don't know about, which, you know, I thought for a while it was his dip came when he was having personal issues in his private life. I don't know if that's something that's sort of going. I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of want. Yeah, I'd love for him to succeed. I'd love for him to be our star player, our sort of Ronaldo or Rooney or something like that, you know. But I just don't see it in his future at the moment. It's a shame, because he's got it in him. He's got it in him to be one of the best. He's got it in it to be better than some of those guys. You know, like some of our big players that in the past. I just think he needs sort of a better team around him to help him to get the best out of him, and he hasn't got that at Man United. You know, up front, Højlund gave a 6 out of 10. No service in the first half, but then when he does get service, he has a really poor first touch and sort of can't control it how he needs to. So someone needs to get this boy in the training pitch and just start firing balls at a post goals. Stand there, I'm gonna fire every ball at you. You need to control it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost what he needs. Stepped up for the fifth or fourth penalty. No, the fifth penalty. It was the fifth penalty. Stepped up and sort of took it on him to score the match-winning penalty. And you almost saw on his face how much it meant to him. So I have no doubt he's going to come good in the future. I have no doubt this is going to be one of those players that we talk about in 15 years, saying how great a player he is. I just starting to see where he's not developed. It's his dribbling, and it's his first touch. Almost reminds me a little bit of Romelu Lukaku. And I don't want him to be Romelu Lukaku. I want him to be better. I'll be honest. I want him to be better. The subs, we had Anthony for Garnacho, 65th minute. I thought that shouldn't have happened. Eriksen for Mainu, 69th minute. Again, thought it shouldn't have happened. Those are the two players that I wouldn't be subbing off. Diallo for Rashford due to injury at the 97th. That is a sub I would have made. I would have probably made it earlier though. Forson for McTominay, again injury, 102nd minute. I thought Forson did okay. Anthony didn't really give much. Eriksen did alright in midfield, passing the ball around. I think Eriksen, again, we're just lacking in pace and legs, and Eriksen's not going to bring that into the team. Diallo, I thought at times looked decent. I think this kid should be getting more chances. I do think he's someone who in the future can be a good player for us, you know, but he needs time and sort of development and all of that. But he's only going to develop if we give him more game time, you know. Forson, again, thought decent. Final score 3-3, as we talked about. We won on penalties. Boy, final thoughts. We're a fucking joke of a team. How can we be 3-0 up against a championship side and just lose the plot? We've seen this happen over and over again this season. Seems like no teamwork, no cohesion, no working together. Every man for himself kind of mentality. I don't understand why Mainu and Garnacho keep being the ones that are getting subbed off. I would leave those on. And I'd take off some of the players that don't have legs to play past the 60th minute. I take off the players that aren't giving you 100%. The players that aren't producing. For example, instead of Garnacho, take off Rashford. Instead of Mainu, take off McTominay. Instead of subbing on Anthony, sub on Diallo, a younger player. I get it. Anthony's your signing. I get it. Rashford is the biggest earner. I do. But that's not gonna. They're not gonna win you the game anymore. They're not in that kind of form. They're not giving you that kind of effort. I'm not gonna fault Anthony's effort. I don't even want to fault Rashford's effort. It's just they're not in that form. The younger kids are hungrier. Maybe it's time you reevaluate what we're doing. Look, it was embarrassing. And the players know it too. This is what pisses me off. You see at the end of the game when Højlund scored, not a single one of those Man United players came running up to Højlund to celebrate with him. They almost sheepishly put the head down. Because they know it's embarrassing. Man City will be chomping at the fucking bit to have got us in the way that they've got us. Do you think there's any confidence in our team right now to go and play a team like Man City in the finals? Boy. As soon as City score that first goal, heads down, down tools. Guarantee. Look, I tell you this much. I think if we would have lost today, Erik ten Hag is getting fired at the end of the season. The way we're going, he might still get fired at the end of the season. My issue is that that's not... Erik ten Hag isn't our biggest problem. We've got players that we need to get out. And we're not going to do that if we get a new manager. Because they'll have a new lease on life, those players. And we will be in a position where we're back here in a year. In the exact same place. Fuck me. Man United, you stress my life out. Anyways, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. If you want to hear more rants from me and see more depressing talks where I am pissed off and trying not to swear at you non-stop.